Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm so excited to have this conversation today because we've had a couple things happen on our team with some of our clients that we're just really happy about today. Just really, really happy. One, I just want to share that I had a really great conversation this morning with somebody about just all of the things that we as human beings have been through in the last couple of years. Just, business is complicated enough, leadership is complicated enough, life is complicated enough, relationships are complicated enough, but we also just went through a pandemic and all the things that are happening in the world and the scariness of news headlines and just there's just so much. And I know for me, um, the pandemic really gave me a lot of opportunities to kind of take a step back and look at, what was most important to me and how was I showing up in my life and what support did I need and where did I need to feel more connected. I know that I'm not alone in that. I know that a lot of people, had similar experiences. But one of the things I'm really aware of right now is how much residual there is around what we have all been navigating over the last couple of years. And I'm more aware of this today just because of the conversations I've had in the last week. I'm not saying this is new information. If you're listening to this, you're way ahead of me on this, I'm sure. But I am aware at a new level after my conversation this morning of how poignant this has been over the last couple of years and how poignant this moment is in time right now where we're back in the office or we're still hybrid or whatever, but we're now going to a new level where I'm hearing more and more people saying that they don't even have the energy to come on camera anymore if they're hybrid. So cameras aren't coming on Zoom and WebEx meetings. People are just meeting without that connection. Not everybody, obviously. It's, everyone's got different ranges here, but I'm hearing more and more in the last week that that's one of the things that people are noticing is happening, that people are not even willing to come on camera anymore because they're so wiped out. So I just want to presence that. I just want to presence the exhaustion. I want to presence the humanity of it. I want to presence how poignant it is. I want to presence that it's incredibly isolating. I realized for myself recently that places where I have noticed myself getting really isolated that I wasn't even consciously aware that I was doing it. It's just kind of a habitual thing that I think happens over time if we're not conscious about it. So, which brings me to the importance of just extending the invitation to take a breath, a pause. I'm big on the pause, as you know, but to just take a breath and just to notice, how are you doing right now? What do you need? How is your recovery from the last couple of years? How is your recovery right now in terms of how your team is doing, how you personally as a leader are doing, as a human being, as a parent? How are you doing? And just giving yourself a moment to just think about that, to notice where you might have gotten isolated, to notice where you might be disconnected from your team, to notice little signs that are showing you the disconnection. And they can show up in things like not being responsive to email, people not responding to email, not being willing to come on camera or able to come on camera because you're just so exhausted. And just to notice it, just to notice the little things, noticing in your meetings where the energy is really, really low, and then looking at how do you start to take care of yourself in a different way, and of your team in a different way, so you can actually start to shift that. One of the simplest ways to do that is just naming it. So this is just a little public service announcement, just to notice it, to be aware of it, to name it, and then to have an honest conversation with your team around how do you want to shift it. Now, if that's something that you would like help with from us, our team is here to absolutely help facilitate those kinds of conversations. We've been doing more and more of them recently, and it's feeling really lovely. It's something that we did more of before the pandemic for different reasons, but it's starting to elevate in terms of just helping to facilitate some of these conversations and checking in with how your team and you are doing. So if you would like our help, then please reach out. The other thing that we have that we're starting to see really pick up that we're very excited about is over the pandemic, we did a lot of different tests with our products and our services, and specifically the IEP methodology. And we built an entire online platform. And what we're starting to see happening is on the online platform, different groups have private circles and all these resources that they share, and the conversation is starting to pick up, and people are starting to share content more and have more honest conversations on the platform. So if that's of interest to you, please reach out. We'd be happy to talk more about it. But we're seeing a really beautiful combination of live facilitated kickoff sessions to kind of help your team reset and rise, and then also combining that with the beauty of having an online forum that our team also is involved in, obviously, but that you can start to scale this work and scale this conversation with even more intention, to meet the moment, which right now this moment is 2023, to give people a little bit more care and support around how they're showing up, what they need to do to set themselves up to reset, basically, to do a nice big reboot. So, okay, lots and lots of love to everybody. And again, if you're interested in learning more about this, you can always join us for an executive forum, or you can join us for an information call. We're starting to do more and more of these things as our team grows. I'm really excited about that. And also, alternatively, just feel free to reach out, send a DM, and we can set up a quick call to see if there is a way that we might want to look at working together and bringing some of this content to you, and also just some support to you and your team. So, okay, take care of yourself, and have a beautiful week.